my name is Noni Khumalo. I am a Wits BCom graduate. I majored in tax and auditing. My parents' dream was for me to become a chartered accountant because I'm from a family of teachers. So they definitely believe in education. They believe in upskilling yourself. And then I really had to sit with myself when I was interning for an investment and advisory firm and ask myself the question, do I want to be in corporate until I'm 60? And I was in my early 20s then. And I thought, no. Then my dad is like, we've spent a lot of money on your school fees and you don't want a proper job. So because you don't want a proper job, we have a family business where we transport kids in the West Rand. So he said, then you're going to drive kids with the BCom. And I said, you know what? Anything for my passion, because my passion was to be a radio presenter. So I joined a campus radio station. And I did that for a year until I got picked up by one of the biggest commercial stations in the country, where I used to do what they call ground patrol. So a big radio presenter during the show would call you and say, hey, what are you doing? What are you getting up to? And I'd be like, hey, so I'm out at a certain mall and I'm giving away tickets to the biggest concert, or I'm about to give away a house, or I'm about to give away a car. So that's what I did for the longest time. I did that for 2 years, and I, again, have always been the hardest working person in the room. So whenever the station needed somebody to do something, I was always available. So I then started getting into dealing with prizes for the radio station. I started doing call screening, which is where you would screen somebody before they speak to the presenter on air. So you would make sure that they sound great, their line is okay, and all of that. Worked exceptionally well with them. Probably the biggest breakfast show on the continent. I stand to be corrected, but I really think that they are. And then I got headhunted by another commercial station for a completely different position. They asked me to be a content producer for a drive time show. So I've done multiple things. Content producing wasn't one of them, but I did content produce on a digital scale, but never for an entire show. So that's where I find myself now, and also as an on-air presenter at the station. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I only started university, I think, at 21. And as I mentioned, I was dismally failing as well at school. I only joined campus radio. Campus means that the people that are there are 18. I joined campus radio, I think, at 28. A campus station that doesn't pay at 28. What are 28-year-olds doing with their lives? Working, earning a salary, living in a nice apartment in Sandton, driving nice cars with iPhones, all of that. And I left all of that because I knew that I wanted to be in radio. And I was going to do whatever it takes to make it in radio. I was 28. So I've done a personality test, and I'm definitely a creative. I literally buzz off creativity and finding an idea and seeing it being executed. And then it's like a moment for me. It's like, yes, that was brilliant. I'm a creative at heart. I'm not a numbers person. The other thing, though, is that in your personality assessments, you don't just get the things that you're really good at, but you get other things that are probably your weaknesses. So what I discovered in my personality analysis is that I really dislike admin. But will I do it? Yes, because I work hard. So in my current position as a content producer, I get to construct a show, right? So I have a prep sheet that has times for when, a presenter goes on air, when a competition is supposed to take place. All of that is admin. Do I love the creativity of being a content producer and coming up with ideas and seeing them being executed? Yes. But there's a lot of admin involved in it, right? And in every position, in every job, in every hustle, there are things you're going to like and there are things that you're not going to like. But you need to be able to adapt to the things that you don't like to ensure that you excel in the things that you're good at and love completely. I'm going to say my parents inspire me. They work really well as a unit. They've made a lot of sacrifices for their children to excel in their spaces. And even when their children don't excel in the spaces that they desire, they'll still be there to support you. So I think that everything I do, everything sounds dramatic, but I think a lot of the things that I do are inspired by the hard work that my parents have put in to just also allow me to be me. It's never going to be easy, but you go for what you love. I encourage you to go for what you love. I encourage you to speak to mom and dad and show them people like myself who are still fighting to be where they want to be. You know, the world is big. It's not just certain professions, you know, that are available. Yes, mom, you want them to be a chartered accountant or an engineer or a teacher or a soldier or a nurse, because those are stable, secure jobs. But there's so much more out there. You know, and if you want to learn more about some of these things, then go to Trace Academia. Go to the app and see exactly what you can do to upskill yourself and to see if you actually like what you're doing through the course. So do what you love, then you never have to work a day in your life.